me ask you something. How much did the devil pay you to quit? No, I'm serious. What was the price? Was it a paycheck that barely covers your dreams? Was it a relationship that stole your fire? Was it a comfortable routine that made you forget who you are? Because somewhere along the way, you made a deal and you don't even realize it. See, the enemy doesn't come in with horns and fire. No, he comes in wearing comfort disguised as security, wrapped in good enough. He whispers, just take the easy route. Just settle a little. Just stop pushing so hard. And you know what? You listened. You got paid off. You traded in your hunger for an excuse. You gave up your passion for a little bit of peace. You let go of the fight because life got hard. And now you're sitting there wondering why you feel lost, why you feel empty, why every time you try to take a step forward, something pulls you back. It's because you took the devil's deal. But here's the good news. It's not too late to buy yourself back. You still have a choice. You can take back every moment you lost. You can walk away from every deal that stole your destiny. You can rewrite the contract and sign it in blood, sweat, and sacrifice. But first, you got to wake up. You got to realize that the comfort you're clinging to is the very thing killing you. The enemy doesn't have to take your soul. He just has to get you to quit on yourself. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep cashing the devil's checks, or are you going to fight for what's yours? Because purpose has a price too. But the difference is it pays you back in legacy, in impact, in knowing you gave everything you had. So stop settling. Stop taking the easy money and go get what's yours. You were born with a fire inside you, a hunger, a drive, a purpose. But somewhere along the way, life threw distractions in your path, and instead of pushing through, you settled. You took the easy way out. You stopped chasing your dream and started chasing comfort. See, that's how the enemy works. He doesn't need to break you. He just needs to make you comfortable enough to stop fighting. He doesn't have to steal your destiny outright. He just has to dangle enough temporary pleasure in front of you to make you forget why you started. And that's exactly what's happened. You stopped pushing when the pain got real. You stopped grinding when the results didn't come fast enough. You stopped believing in yourself because it was easier to accept good enough than to keep fighting for great. You convinced yourself that the struggle wasn't worth it, that maybe success just wasn't for you. But let me tell you something. That lie is the most expensive thing you'll ever buy, because comfort has a price, and the cost, your potential, your greatness, your purpose. Every time you hit that snooze button, every time you take the shortcut, every time you let fear dictate your decisions, you are making a payment. And one day you're going to look up and realize you've paid for comfort with the one thing you can never get back: time. You think the struggle is expensive. You think sacrifice costs too much. Try living with regret. Try waking up one day and realizing you could have been so much more, done so much more, impacted so many more lives. But you let comfort rob you. That's why today, right now, you got to make a decision. Are you going to keep paying for comfort with your destiny, or are you going to step into the fire and chase what's yours, no matter the cost? The scariest deals are the ones you don't even realize you signed. You didn't wake up one day and say, I'm going to throw away my dreams. I'm going to settle for less. I'm going to waste my potential. No. It happened little by little, moment by moment, choice by choice. It started when you said, I'll do it tomorrow. It continued when you told yourself, this is good enough. And before you knew it, you were locked into a contract you never meant to sign. See, the enemy doesn't come at you with a bold, obvious offer. He's too smart for that. Instead, he slides small distractions into your path. Opportunities that seem harmless, but slowly pull you away from your purpose. He offers you excuses that sound reasonable, comfort that feels well-deserved, and shortcuts that promise success without sacrifice. And every time you accept one of these, you're making a silent deal. You didn't think skipping one workout mattered. You didn't think staying in that toxic relationship was the big deal. You didn't think playing it safe at your job instead of chasing your dream would have real consequences. But over time, those choices stacked up, and now you're stuck. Now you wonder why you feel lost, why you feel unfulfilled, why you keep falling short of what you know you're capable of. It's because you made a silent contract with the enemy, and whether you realize it or not, you're paying for it every single day. But here's the truth. You don't have to keep making payments. You don't have to stay locked into a deal that's robbing you of your greatness. Rip up the contract. Walk away from anything that's keeping you from your purpose. Break the cycle before it breaks you, because every second you stay stuck is another second you could be using to reclaim what's yours. You think you're winning because life feels good right now, because you got a little success, a little money, a little recognition. But let me ask you, is it real or is it just an illusion? See, that's how the enemy works. He doesn't need to take everything from you all at once. He just needs to make you feel like you've got enough, just enough to keep you from pushing for more, just enough to keep you from realizing you're still far from your purpose. That's why so many people get stuck. They hit a small milestone and think they've arrived. They get a decent paycheck and stop chasing wealth. They get a little applause and stop striving for greatness. They get comfortable, and that's where they lose the battle. Because an illusion of winning is more dangerous than losing. When you lose, you wake up. You feel the pain. You recognize the need to change. But when you're living in the illusion of success, you don't even realize you're slipping. You think you're ahead when in reality, you've just stopped running. You think you're grinding when in reality you're coasting. And by the time you figure it out, you've already lost momentum, lost time, lost opportunity. So I'm asking you, are you truly winning or are you just comfortable? Because real winners never settle. Real winners don't let small victories make them forget the war they're fighting. Real winners know that the devil loves handing out consolation prizes to people who are meant to be champions. Don't let temporary success blind you from permanent purpose. Don't let a little bit of comfort keep you from your calling. If the devil can convince you to stop reaching higher, he's already won. There's a price for everything in this life. You either pay now with discipline, sacrifice, and hard work, or you pay later with regret, disappointment, and wasted potential. But here's the scary part. If you don't pay for your dream, the devil will buy it with distractions. That's right. The dream you had as a kid, the vision that used to keep you up at night, the hunger you once had to be great, if you're not careful, the enemy will steal it from you, not by force, but by feeding you just enough comfort to make you forget you ever wanted more. See, the cost of success is high. It demands your time, your energy, your focus. It requires you to wake up earlier, push harder, sacrifice fun, ignore the noise, and stay locked in when everybody else is quitting. It's a price most people aren't willing to pay. So instead of investing in their future, they settle for cheap thrills, easy escapes, and quick fixes. And that's exactly what the enemy wants. He wants you to waste your time scrolling, binge watching, partying, procrastinating, anything to keep you from building, anything to keep you from growing, anything to keep you from realizing that your dream is still possible if you're willing to pay the price. But here's the question. What's more expensive? The pain of discipline or the pain of regret? Because if you're not willing to pay for your dream with effort, the enemy will take it from you and sell it back in the form of what could have been. And that's a debt you don't ever want to owe. So today, right now, you got to decide, are you going to buy into distractions Or are you going to invest in your destiny? Because one way or another, you're going to pay. The only difference is what you get in return. You want success, but you want it fast. You want the reward without the grind, the crown without the battle, the results without the process. But let me tell you something. Every shortcut you take leads to a dead end. That's how the enemy tricks you. He makes the easy road look appealing. He whispers, why struggle when there's a faster way? And before you know it, you're cutting corners, skipping steps, and chasing quick wins instead of lasting success. But here's the truth. Anything that comes easy won't last. You see people blowing up overnight and you think that's the way to go. But what you don't see is how quickly they fall because they never built a solid foundation. You see people flashing money, fame, and success, and you think they made it. But what you don't see is the price they paid, the integrity they lost, the values they abandoned, the emptiness they feel inside. Shortcuts don't make you successful. They make you weak. They rob you of the lessons you need to sustain greatness. They make you think you're winning when in reality, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because the moment pressure comes, the moment challenges hit, the moment life gets real, you crumble. You weren't built for the weight of success because you never went through the struggle that prepares you for it. That's why real success takes time, it takes grind, it takes sacrifice. Because the process isn't just about reaching your goal. It's about becoming the person who can handle it when you get there. So stop looking for the easy way. Stop expecting success to show up overnight because anything worth having requires blood, sweat, tears, and time. And if you're not willing to pay that price, the enemy will hand you something cheaper, but it won't be real. You think you're still in the game, but the truth is you got bought off. At some point, you stopped chasing your dream with everything you had. You slowed down, you made excuses, you got comfortable, and whether you realize it or not, you sold your destiny for a cheap price. See, the enemy doesn't always come with a contract and a pen. He comes with comfort, distractions, and opportunities that seem harmless but pull you further from your purpose. Maybe he paid you off with a steady paycheck, so you stopped chasing your vision. Maybe he paid you off with a relationship, so you stop focusing on your goals. Maybe he paid you off with fear, so you stop believing in yourself. And now every day, you wake up feeling like something's missing, like you were meant for more, but you can't quite reach it. That's because you made a trade. You exchanged greatness for what was easy, for what was safe, for what required no risk. But here's the good news. You can buy yourself back. You don't have to stay in that deal. You don't have to live in regret. You can wake up today and decide that you're done being owned by comfort, done being trapped by fear, done being paid off by mediocrity. But it won't be easy. It won't be quick. You'll have to work twice as hard to get back what you lost. You'll have to prove to yourself that you're serious this time. So the question is, are you ready to break free, or are you going to keep cashing the devil's checks? The biggest battle you will ever fight isn't out in the world, it's inside you. It's the war between who you are and who you're meant to be, between your potential and your excuses, between your purpose and your distractions. And let me tell you, the devil doesn't need to destroy you, he just needs to get you to destroy yourself. See, the enemy knows your weaknesses. He knows how to get in your head. He knows exactly what buttons to push to make you doubt yourself, to make you hesitate, to make you settle. He'll whisper, you're not good enough. He'll remind you of every failure, every setback, every mistake. He'll make comfort feel more appealing than discipline. And if you're not careful, you'll start believing the lies. You convince yourself that maybe you're not meant for more, that maybe it's okay to settle, that maybe the dream you had was never realistic in the first place. But that's the trap, that's the setup, that's the real battle. Because if the devil can get you to quit on yourself, he wins. If he can get you to doubt your own potential, he doesn't have to do anything else. You'll do the rest. You'll sabotage your own future. You'll make choices that keep you stuck. You'll stay in situations that drain your energy, your confidence, your ambition. But listen to me. You have to fight back. You have to wake up every single day and remind yourself who you are. You have to silence the lies with action. You have to push through the doubt, through the fear, through the temptation to take the easy way out. Because the real enemy isn't out there, it's the voice inside you telling you to quit. And the only way to win is to refuse to listen. Refuse to settle. Refuse to be anything less than what you were created to be. You've been walking around like you're powerless, like you don't have control over your own life. But let me tell you something. The only reason you're stuck is because you haven't taken your power back. See, the enemy doesn't have to break you. He doesn't have to steal your dreams. All he has to do is convince you that you don't have a choice, that this is just the way life is, that you can't change your circumstances, that you're a victim of your situation. And the moment you believe that lie, you hand over your power. You let fear make your decisions. You let doubt dictate your future. You let your past control your next move. And before you know it, you're sitting on the sidelines of your own life, watching opportunities pass you by, watching time slip away, watching other people live out the dreams you were too afraid to chase. But let me remind you of something. You were never meant to live powerless. You were built for greatness. You were designed with purpose. You were given everything you need to win, but it's up to you to take it back. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for somebody to come save you. Nobody's coming. It's on you. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to break every chain, every excuse, every limitation. But you have to stop playing small. You have to stop letting the enemy convince you that you're weak. You are not weak. You are not defeated. So stand up. Take back your power. Step into the life you were meant to live. Because the only thing holding you back is you. Success isn't free. Purpose isn't free. Greatness isn't free. Everything you want in life comes with a cost. The problem is most people want the reward without the sacrifice. They want the dream without the discipline. They want the results without the struggle. But let me tell you something. If it doesn't cost you anything, it's not worth anything. See, the enemy knows this. That's why he keeps offering you cheap alternatives. He'll give you a way out. He'll give you an easier road. He'll tempt you with comfort, distractions, and excuses. Anything to keep you from paying the full price for your purpose. And that's where most people fold. They see how much work it takes, how much pain they have to endure, how much time it requires, and they start looking for a discount. But there are no discounts in destiny. You either pay full price or you walk away empty. Ask yourself, are you really paying the cost for what you say you want? Are you really sacrificing what needs to go? Are you really giving up old habits, old mindsets, old excuses? Or are you still trying to negotiate with greatness? Because there's no negotiation here. The price is set. And it's paid in sweat, discipline, and relentless commitment. So the question isn't, is it possible? The question is, are you willing to pay for it? Because the ones who win aren't the most talented, the most gifted, or the luckiest. They're the ones who showed up every day ready to pay the price. And if you're not willing to do the same, the devil will hand you something else. Something cheaper, something easier, something temporary. But it won't be your purpose. You've been given a choice. And the truth is, you can't avoid it any longer. You've got two options. You can keep chasing the devil's paycheck, or you can chase the one that comes with your purpose. One is filled with distractions, temporary satisfaction, and empty victories. The other It's filled with meaning, fulfillment, and a legacy that lasts long after you're gone. The problem is the devil's paycheck comes with a hidden cost. It promises you comfort and success, but it leaves you spiritually bankrupt, emotionally drained, and mentally exhausted. It convinces you that what you have now is enough, that your dreams can wait, that you're better off staying where you are. And that's exactly what he wants, for you to stop chasing your destiny. But here's the thing, your purpose is priceless. It's not something you can settle for a little bit of or exchange for temporary peace. You're meant for more. You're meant to impact, to leave a legacy, to break the chains of limitation and rewrite the story of your life. The only question is, which paycheck are you going to cash? Are you going to continue accepting the devil's offer of quick fixes, empty pleasures, and fleeting victories? Or are you going to step into your true calling, pay the price, and build something that will last forever? Because the devil's paycheck will always come with a string attached. But your purpose, your calling, your destiny is priceless. And if you're willing to work for it, sacrifice for it, and fight for it, the rewards will be beyond anything you could ever imagine. So take a long, hard look at what's in your hands today. Are you ready to choose your true paycheck? Because it's waiting for you.